Storms create stronger people. Life is never meant to be a smooth journey. The truth is, storms will come, trials, heartbreaks, failures, betrayals, and moments when the weight of the world feels unbearable. But here is the beauty hidden inside the storm. It does not come to destroy you, to strengthen you, and to prepare you for the person you are destined to become. Just as the strongest trees grow in the harshest winds, the strongest souls are born in the hardest battles. Remember this: storms create stronger people. Struggles reveal your inner strength. When life is calm and everything flows smoothly, you may feel comfortable, secure, and at ease, but you rarely discover what you are truly capable of in such moments. True strength is not revealed when circumstances are easy. It emerges when life pushes you to the edge, when storms rage against you, and when you are forced to confront challenges that seem overwhelming. Struggles have a way of stripping away comfort zones and illusions, forcing you to dig deeper, to search within yourself, and to uncover a resilience that you never imagined existed. This is why storms, though painful, are necessary, because without them, you would never fully realize the depth of your strength. Think about it. Some of the most inspiring stories you've ever heard are not about people who had everything handed to them, but about individuals who faced incredible adversity, yet still found the strength to rise again. A soldier discovers courage only in the battlefield, not in moments of peace. A mountain climber learns endurance only by scaling steep cliffs, not by strolling across flat ground. In the same way, the storms of your life, whether in the form of financial struggles, broken relationships, loss of loved ones, or personal failures, are the very situations that awaken your inner warrior. Without storms, you would remain unaware of how powerful and resilient your heart, mind, and spirit truly are. The beauty of struggle lies in the discovery it brings. For example, many people only realize their ability to endure pain when they are faced with heartbreak. Before the storm, they might have believed that a loss would destroy them, that they could never move forward, that they would collapse under the weight of grief. Yet when the storm hits and the days grow dark, somehow they find themselves standing, maybe broken at first, but standing nonetheless. And as days turn into weeks and weeks into months, they see themselves healing. They realize, I thought this would end me, but I am still here. That realization alone is proof of the strength they never knew they carried. That is the same with failure. Many people live in fear of failing, thinking it will crush them. But when failure inevitably comes, as it does to every human being, it teaches you something profound. You are stronger than the sting of defeat. You fall, yes, but you rise again. Each time you get back up, you reveal to yourself an inner grit that was hidden beneath your fear. The storm of failure uncovers the strength of perseverance. Without it, you would never discover how determined you truly are. There is also a spiritual dimension to this truth. When storms arrive and all worldly supports seem to collapse, many people turn to Allah, God, in desperation, often for the first time with a sincere and humble heart. It is in those raw, broken moments that they discover a strength that does not come from themselves, but from the one who created them. They realize that when their own strength is exhausted, divine strength carries them through. The storm, therefore, not only reveals personal resilience, but also deepens spiritual connection. It shows you that you are capable of enduring far more than you believed, not because of your power alone, but because of the strength that flows through you when you place your trust in Allah. Consider the metaphor of a diamond. A diamond is nothing but a piece of coal that has undergone tremendous pressure over time. Without that pressure, without that storm, it would remain ordinary, unseen, and undervalued. In the same way, struggles are the pressures that transform you into someone extraordinary. They bring out the brilliance of your strength, your courage, and your perseverance. Without storms, you would remain as you are, but with storms, you become who you are meant to be. Another way struggles reveal inner strength is by teaching you to adapt. Life's storms often change the plans you carefully built. They push you in directions you never intended to go, and at first, this feels like destruction. But over time, you discover adaptability, the ability to adjust, to rebuild, and to start again. That adaptability is a form of strength. It proves that you are not fragile or helpless, but flexible, resourceful, and capable of creating new paths where old ones have collapsed. Without the storm, you would never learn to stretch beyond your limits. It's also important to note that struggles not only reveal strength, but multiply it. Each storm you survive makes the next storm easier to face. Your courage grows with every battle. The first storm may terrify you, but when the second storm comes, you remember that you survived the first. That memory fuels your confidence. With every trial, your endurance expands, and your resilience becomes unshakable. Soon, what once looked impossible becomes just another challenge you know you can handle. That is the gift of struggle. It transforms fear into courage, weakness into strength, and doubt into confidence. So when you are in the middle of your storm and you feel like you cannot go on, remind yourself of this truth. The struggle is not meant to break you. It is meant to reveal you. It is uncovering the strength you didn't know you had, the patience you didn't believe was possible, and the resilience you never thought existed within you. Storms are painful, yes, but they are also sacred in their purpose. They are the mirrors that reflect back to you your own hidden greatness. And one day when the sky is clear, you will look back at the storm not with bitterness, but with gratitude. Because it was through that very storm that you discovered the incredible power within your soul. Pain shapes character. Pain is one of the greatest teachers in life. While most people run from it, avoid it, or resent it, the truth is that pain has a purpose. It refines you, humbles you, and deepens your character in ways that comfort never can. Without pain, you would not grow in patience, compassion, or wisdom. Without pain, you would never learn resilience, humility, or the true meaning of empathy. Storms that bring pain may seem cruel in the moment, but in reality, they are the very experiences that shape you into a stronger, wiser, and more complete human being. When everything is easy and smooth, character often remains shallow. You may appear kind, patient, or humble, but those qualities are never tested. It is only when life hurts you, when people betray you, when plans collapse, and when losses strike your heart, that your true character is revealed and developed. Pain strips away the surface layers of pride and illusion, forcing you to confront your real self. It shows you who you are when everything else is taken away. And in that revelation, it begins to mold you into someone deeper, stronger, and more authentic. For instance, pain teaches humility. When you succeed without struggle, you may grow arrogant, believing that you are in full control of your life. But when pain strikes, you realize how fragile you really are. You discover that no matter how strong, wealthy, or intelligent you may be, you are still human, still vulnerable, still dependent on forces greater than yourself. This humbling experience softens the heart, making you more grateful, more grounded, and more aware of your limitations. It is carving wisdom into your heart, teaching you patience, cultivating humility, and filling you with empathy. Pain is not your enemy, it is your teacher. And though you may not see it in the moment, one day you will look back and realize that the pain that once felt unbearable is the very reason you became the strong, compassionate, and wise person you are today. Failures lead to growth. Failure is often misunderstood. Most people fear it, avoid it, or treat it as a permanent label of defeat. But in reality, failure is not the end of the road, it is part of the road. It is not a dead end, but a detour that redirects you toward growth, strength, and wisdom. The most successful people in history did not reach greatness without falling countless times. Their failures became stepping stones, each one shaping them into stronger, more determined, and more capable versions of themselves. If you look closely, you will see that failure is not your enemy. It is your greatest teacher, your hidden ally, and the very force that helps you grow. The beauty of failure lies in its ability to teach lessons that success cannot. Success often makes you comfortable, sometimes even complacent. But failure shakes you awake. It forces you to reflect, to reevaluate, and to search for better ways. Every failed attempt teaches you what doesn't work and points you toward what might. Without failure, you would walk blindly, assuming your first approach was correct. With failure, you gain clarity, wisdom, and sharper vision. In this way, failure becomes a compass that guides you toward growth. Think of Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Had he given up after his first, second, or 100th attempt, the light bulb might never have been perfected. What seemed like endless failures were actually lessons. Each mistake brought him closer to success. The same principle applies to every storm you face in life. When you fall short, when your plans collapse, or when your dreams shatter, it may feel like the end. But in truth, it is only the beginning of growth. Each failure you survive teaches you resilience, endurance, and creativity, qualities that success alone could never give you. Failure also reveals your true determination. When things fall apart, you are given a choice, either to give up or to rise again. If you choose to rise, each time you get back up, you grow stronger. Failure tests your commitment. Do you really want this goal, this dream, this vision? Or are you only chasing it as long as it is easy? Those who truly grow are those who see failure as fuel, not as a final verdict. The storm of failure forces you to dig deeper into your purpose, to clarify your intentions, and to strengthen your willpower. Another powerful gift of failure is humility. Success can sometimes inflate the ego, making you believe you are invincible. But failure brings you back to reality. It reminds you that you are human, that you still have room to learn, and that you need others along the journey. This humility is not weakness, it is strength. It allows you to listen more, to adapt more, and to remain teachable. People who grow the most are those who let failure humble them instead of hardening. They accept correction, they seek guidance, and they use failure as motivation to improve. Spiritually, failure also teaches you to rely on Allah, God. When you plan, work hard, and still fall short, you are reminded that success is not only in your hands, it is in His. Failure humbles you before your Creator and teaches you to balance effort with trust. Sometimes, what looks like failure is actually protection. Perhaps that job you lost would have destroyed your health. Perhaps that relationship that ended would have pulled you away from your faith. What feels like failure may, in fact, be Allah's way of redirecting you to something far better. In this sense, failure is not only growth, it is guidance. Failure also cultivates resilience. The first time you fail, it may feel unbearable. But with every failure you survive, you learn that you are capable of enduring disappointment. You realize that setbacks do not destroy you, they prepare you. The pain of failure builds emotional muscle. Just like lifting heavy weights tears the muscle before it grows stronger, failure stretches your soul before it expands your strength. Without failure, you would remain fragile. With failure, you become unshakable. Consider also how failure creates innovation. Some of the greatest discoveries in history came not from immediate success, but from repeated trial and error. In fact, failure is often the birthplace of creativity. When the first approach fails, you are forced to think differently, to explore new strategies, and to invent solutions you never would have considered otherwise. Growth is not linear, it comes from trial, error, and persistence. Failure, therefore, is not the opposite of growth. It is the process of growth itself. Most importantly, failure shapes perspective. It teaches you that life is not about perfection, but progress. It shows you that falling down is not shameful, staying down is. Failure humbles your pride, softens your heart, and strengthens your resolve. It teaches you compassion for others who stumble, because you too have stumbled. It transforms you into someone wiser, someone stronger, and someone who values success not just for the outcome, but for the struggle it required to achieve. So when you face failure, do not let it define you. Let it refine you. Do not let it discourage you. Let it guide you. Each failure is a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. Each closed door is redirecting you to another path. Each setback is a setup for growth. Remember, storms create stronger people, and failure is one of the fiercest storms. But if you embrace it, learn from it, and rise through it, you will come out not weaker, but wiser. Not defeated, but determined. Not broken, but built into someone greater than before. Storms separate the real from the fake. One of the hardest truths you learn in life is that not everyone who smiles at you is truly with you. Not everyone who claps for your success actually wants to see you succeed. And not everyone who walks beside you during times of comfort will remain when the storms of life arrive. This is why hardships are not just tests of your strength, they are also tests of your relationships. Storms strip away the masks people wear and reveal who is genuine and who is not. In times of prosperity, it is easy for people to stay close, but when adversity strikes, only those who truly care, truly love, and truly value you will remain. In this sense, storms are blessings in disguise because they separate the real from the fake. When life is easy and you are doing well, people are drawn to you. Some are drawn because of your character, but many are drawn because of your benefits, what they can gain from you. You may have friends who enjoy your company, but only as long as you can entertain them, support them, or provide something useful for them. You may have companions who seem loyal, but only because you are in a season of abundance. This creates an illusion. You begin to think you are surrounded by love and loyalty, but illusions do not last. When the storm comes, when you have nothing to offer but your presence, when you are no longer able to provide or shine, the truth emerges. Some people vanish, some turn against you. Some remain silent when you expect their support. And then, that painful realization, you see who was genuine and who was pretending. This process, though painful, is actually a gift. Because without storms, you would continue living in the illusion that everyone around you is loyal. You would keep trusting people who are only temporary. But storms expose the truth. They remove the fake friends, the opportunists, and the insincere companions. And though their departure hurts, it saves you from greater harm in the future. Better to lose a false friend in a storm than to carry them into your destiny, where their betrayal could cost you even more. Consider how loyalty is proven not in words but in presence. Anyone can say, "I'll always be here for you." But when the storm arrives, when your life is messy, when you are struggling, when you are no longer shining but crying, that is when real loyalty shows. The ones who truly care will sit with you in silence when you are broken. They will defend you when others turn away. They will remain by your side even when you have nothing to offer them in return. These are the people the storm reveals to you, the real ones who deserve to stay in your life. Storms also expose the intentions of people. Some people stay close when things are easy because they are motivated by envy or self. They want to bask in your success or enjoy the benefits of your prosperity. But when failure or hardship strikes, their motives are revealed. If they were only with you for the benefits, they will leave. If they were secretly jealous, they may even celebrate your downfall. It is painful to see this side of people, but it is necessary. Because in knowing the truth, you gain clarity. You no longer waste energy on those who never truly valued you. Instead, you can invest your time and heart into those who are real. Even more importantly, storms strengthen the bonds with the genuine people in your life. When you go through hardship together, the connection deepens. You learn who truly loves you for who you are, not for what you have. You discover relationships built on trust, sincerity, and sacrifice. These are the people you can count on not only in sunshine, but in storms, not only in laughter, but in tears. The storm may reduce the number of people around you, but it increases the quality of those who remained out spiritually. Storms also remind you of the most important truth. People are temporary, but Allah, God, is permanent. Sometimes storms strip away false relationships so that you can learn to lean on Him alone. People may fail you, but Allah never does. People may abandon you, but He remains closer to you than your jugular vein. Through storms, you realize that even if the whole world walks away, you are never truly alone. That realization gives you both strength and peace. Think of gold being purified in fire. When gold is melted, the impurities rise to the surface and are removed. What remains is pure, valuable, and strong, valuable and strong. Similarly, storms are the fire that purifies your circle. They burn away the insincere, the fake, and the opportunistic, leaving behind only the genuine. Yes, it hurts to watch some people walk away, but the truth is, they were never meant to stay. Their departure is not a loss. It is protection. In the end, storms teach you one of life's most valuable lessons. Quality matters more than quantity. It is better to have one or two genuine friends who stand by you in the darkest nights than to have dozens of companions who disappear at the first sign of trouble. Storms may shrink your circle, but they strengthen your heart. They save you from misplaced trust and prepare you for a future surrounded only by those who are real. So when you find yourself in a storm and you see people leaving, do not despair. Do not cling to those who walk away. Instead, be grateful because the storm is doing the work of filtering your circle. It is removing the fake and revealing the real. And in the end, you will find yourself surrounded not by many, but by the few who truly matter. And those few are worth more than a crowd.